strong. Recently, I saw a video where some people were lying that she has passed on. I want to tell the world, Her Excellency, Madam Edina Adan is very strong, is very healthy, is so inspiring, and gave me in-depth information concerning this country, Somaliland, that the world need to know about. I was able to interact with the director of Isaac Genocide Memorial Institute. I was able to interact with very many other people in a number. I may not remember all of them now, but I want to appreciate very sincerely what you have done in the few days I have been here, to take me to all other places, to welcome me, to welcome a stranger, because you didn't know me before. We were not in touch to welcome me here and to move me everywhere. And the person, my guide, who has been here, has been a very great person. Somaliland is the thing the world need to hear about. I am very grateful. I am very thankful. In my local language, I say awadi for this the Lubarati, a language of a tribe in Uganda. In Kiswahili says sana, my people. Thank you very much. Sukran. Sukran, sukran. In this space, I want to hear from you. Maybe from the path I did not reach. My apologies for not reaching those areas, and I will come back to reach these various areas. And I've seen back home in Uganda, the journalists have picked interest. They have written about my coming here. The media has picked interest. Somaliland is already on the map of Africa. People are talking about Somaliland because I am here. The politicians are talking about Somaliland, and I believe we will go forward and achieve the recognition of independence of Somaliland. For I have seen stability of Horn of Africa needs the recognition of Somaliland. I therefore very sincerely thank all of you for the wonderful work you have done. And when I was coming, I had this brother of mine, Mubariki, and I can see he has asked for the mic. Mubariki came with me all the way from Entebbe, Uganda. We reached Addis Ababa. Together, we proceeded to Hargeisa. My brother Mubariki, what you were telling me wrong, Entebbe to Addis Ababa to Hargeisa here is exactly what I found. Thank you very much for not lying to me. Thank you very much for being honest to me. My days here have been very wonderful, and the people in the place where I stay in, we are very wonderful, we are very loving, and I am proud of it. Mr. Mubariki, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And say hi to the people who are here, and give me one or two things that you want to say. Mr. Mubarak, mute your
Well,
mic
good afternoon,
and speak to us.
Richard Matua. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
You are loud.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, Richard. Thanks for the space, and welcome to Somaliland, the peace-loving nation, the best kept secret of Africa. I'm sure I can use so many words, but you have seen with your eyes. So welcome to Somaliland to start with. These people, for very little they have, they will welcome you with it. And they love it. They love to, everyone from whether it's Kenya or Uganda, all African brothers are welcome. Somaliland, as you know, if you've seen with your eyes, they have shown extraordinary determination to succeed. So basically, respect for our democratic principles. We have started developing this same city, Hargeisa, was destroyed 30 years ago, was rubble. There was nowhere to sit, nowhere to live. I'm sure there's videos you have seen, pictures you have seen. There was no economy flowing. There was nothing. The capital was ruined. It's the same as the whole country as Somaliland, which was what we received from this failed union of so-called failed state of Somalia. That was what we got from them. However, you have seen that with your eyes. So basically, I think you have still time to see around. But I'm just going to tell you, these people who loves peace, loves basically prosperity, looking forward for the MOU, which have to go through because it have been obviously with all international laws, and no one can stop it. So I'm just welcoming you. I'm welcoming you to Somaliland, Hargeisa, and I wish you can see all other cities you can see if you have enough time. I saw you today seeing met the Iron Lady of Edna. I hope she was doing well. I saw the video. One of the figures in Somaliland, which we respect so much. So thank you very much, Richard, for taking your time and see. So welcome to Somaliland. I'll welcome you there. Thanks. Back to you.
Oh, thank you very much. I can see my sister Zahra. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Unmute your mic and speak.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Richard, I am watching you and I'm literally living through you, and I welcome you to my birth city. I have not been there. I left there when the war started. My memory of Hargeisa is when I was a 5-year-old little girl and I was the happiest little girl in the world. I was surrounded by my family. I was completely besotted with my dad and my granddad. I used to watch my granddad brush his teeth and he would ask me to get him water. We had chickens in our garden and we just used to play. I wasn't at an age to start going to school, so I used to play all day. And I remember there was these monkeys in Hargeisa, these little monkeys, and they used to attack the little kids, and they would often attack me. I know they're not there anymore, but my last memory of Hargeisa was the night the war started, and I remember me and my family going away, and bullets and bombs, and we were hiding from the bullets. They were literally missing my ears, like they were whizzing past my ears. The bullets were going into the ground and the dust was coming up. There were snipers aiming at us. It's really sad to talk about it, but that I have the happiest and the saddest memory both in Hargeisa, but it's always in my heart. So when I see you there, I love to see people happy in Hargeisa because it brings me so much joy to see Hargeisa back to what it was before the war. So I welcome you and I'm feeling the happiness through you. And inshallah, I will be there soon as well. But welcome. Enjoy. Thank you, my brother.
Oh, thank you very much, my sister Zahra. Sukran. I can tell you Hargeisa is doing well. People are very happy. People are very welcoming. And what he has struck me so much is the level of honesty. I was surprised that people can leave their money just on the street and go to pray in the mosque. Even even those on the street cannot pick the money. To me, that thing was a miracle. I have never seen it anywhere. To be honest with you, I have never seen it anywhere, and I don't know how that level of honesty was built over time. And I think it is the one that the world need to see. I have come to realize that actually stability here can be used as a template to bring stability in the southern part, the Somalia, can be used as a template to establish stability in any part of Africa where there is instability. And I was being told that there was a conference, a peace building conference that lasted for so long, where all the clans sat together, they talked to each other. A local peace building initiative was created for the communities to be united, and that provided a cornerstone of the current reborn Republic of Somaliland. I am really proud of Somaliland, and I am going to tell anybody who cares to come to Somaliland and see with his or her own eyes. Somaliland is a great place. Somaliland is a beacon of hope in this horn of Africa. I thank all of you, the Somalilanders. You have made me to feel at home, away from home. This is my second home now. I am going back to Kampala next week, inshallah. and I can tell you, Ugandans need to come here. I want the Uganda airline to come and do business here. I can see opportunity here for Ugandan food, to fresh food to come here in Hargeisa. Because I've seen here food has been imported from outside Africa when we have abundant of food in Uganda. So perhaps Uganda airline need to fly here and bring food. And there are Somalilanders in Uganda. I'm going to mobilize them to be able to bring our organic fresh food from Uganda to Hargeisa, to all other parts of Somaliland. Otherwise, I am very grateful. I am proud of you people. And I will tell the world, please recognize Somaliland. And I want to tell you something. There are people who will tell me, you know what? Why should we talk about this? Gambia was a part of Senegal in a union. When that union failed, the Gambia decided to separate from Senegal. Now they are living as friends. Egypt, Syria, Iraq, the United Arab Republic. They were once together. You cannot now tell Egypt to again unite with Syria. No, it cannot take place. So Somaliland, which is now a beacon of peace, should never and must never be forced in any way to again say, you know what, keep the union with the Somalia just for mockery, just as a demagogue. I can tell you, Somaliland is peace, and we must preserve this peace as the world. We must promote this peace as the world. We must use this peace as a template to cause peace in other parts of Africa that is still experiencing lack of peace. Thank you very much, my Somalilander. I am proud of you. You can ask for the mic and have your say. The floor is open. If anyone wants to say something, you can ask for the mic and say. For your information, this space will only last for an hour. So by 8, we will end it. Thank you very much.
Can I just add something? I think it's so important that Somaliland is open to the world. And I think that it's important that Somalilanders are heard. I feel like as a Somalilander, we've kind of been oppressed for quite some time, especially the lack of awareness about the genocide of Somalilanders is really upsetting. But overall, I'm extremely happy because, like I said, maybe I'm a little bit stagnant because I haven't been back home yet. Maybe my mind is still with the Isaac genocide. And I think the only memorial is the war planes in Hargeisa. And I don't, for me, as a Isaac genocide survivor, that's not really the kind of memorial that I wanted. Like, I wanted recognition of the people who died, their names, their families, some kind of like memorial better than that. Not the worst thing that could have happened to us, which was our own planes bombing us. But just kind of like a day where we remember the people who died. I think that would really help me move on from it. And also, obviously, going back and Hargeisa has recovered, and it's beautiful to see that. But at the same time, I just don't think that the people that we've lost are, they contributed a lot. In the end of the day, those people, they gave up their life they sacrificed their lives for our cities and for our people. And I really think it's important that we remember the people that we lost, rather than just put a plane in the middle of the city, and kind of like have a day where we remember, and generally just opening Somaliland to the world and giving us the freedom to talk about what we experience as well, because I feel like often I'm not allowed to express myself, even on X spaces. I feel like I get attacked for just generally speaking my truth. And one of the things that I constantly get attacked for is being that it was a civil war. Clearly it was not a civil war. I don't attack anyone. So when I get attacked, like, it kind of like it brings quite a bit more trauma for me. So I think it's important that Somaliland is A, recognized, and B, that we can openly and freely talk about what we went through and have that memory for our people. But obviously, Hargeisa has recovered. I'm really, really happy to see it. And I think for survivors like myself, it's important that we come back to the city, and that will kind of like further push our healing and also the healing of the people of Somaliland, and generally not forgetting the sacrifice that we've made, because I think that that's kind of downplayed. I don't think the people who were not part of the war actually realize the severity of what we went through. I think it's important that we talk about it because it's part of history, and I think that it's at the moment those people are still alive, and we can tell you and we can express how much it affected us. But there's going to be a day where it's just going to be a memory. You won't have people like me who can express, or my mum who can tell you what has more memory of it than I do. But it's important that we keep a note of this. Obviously, I'm happy Hargeisa has recovered, and well done, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Anyone else, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, my sister Zahra. I can tell you, I was with the director of Isaac Genocide Memorial Institute today. There is no plan to forget that genocide. The Memorial Institute is already there, meaning that there is already information in the archive for remembrance of that thing. I can tell you, people have already reconciled. I can tell you, Hargeisa is back to life. I invite you to come back home and see with your own eyes. I am here, and I can tell you, I am here from Kampala, Uganda. I'm a living testimony. I'm now telling you from the ground that actually Hargeisa is back to normal, like Somaliland is back. And please come back and visit, see the wonders that are happening in Somaliland here. There is a Hashmi, unmute your mic and speak to us. Hashmi.
Thank you.
Mubarak Weti for Hashmi to speak.
Thank you, Richard. Assalamu alaikum, all of you. And I had the honor today to see you, Richard, and also spend some time with you. And I would like also to tell our daughter Sahra that she's welcome and most welcome to come back to Somaliland anytime and experience what Richard have seen. And also, I would like to share with you the good news that the Diaspora Somaliland active members in the U.S. has already also formed Somaliland Isaac Genocide Foundation. So the institute now is not the only one operating, but also we need so many initiatives. We need to cooperate. We need every single country to have an initiative and to have organization like the people who experienced genocide before us. They don't wait the international community to recognize them. They do their work, they do their homework, and then the world will listen to you. So I would like to also note here that the honesty that Richard have seen in our people in just few days, this is something that we are lacking to see in our elite and our politicians, whether they are in the office or in the opposition. They don't appreciate, they don't acknowledge this kind of honesty, and they always talk about other countries. They don't talk about their own people. So, Richard, what you have seen today is the real Somaliland and the real Somalilanders. And this is what we inherited from our forefathers and our ancestors. We always welcome our guests with open hand, with open heart. So I wish you the remaining time of your in Hargeisa to take the best out of it and keep coming back. Would you like, Richard, to share your experience also with that Ugandan-born Somaliland lady who established here Kambala KG and primary school? Because I don't think she's in social media, but I think that lady who was with us today, she's also need to be recognized and mentioned her lifeless and selfless activity here. The other thing I want to underline, Sarah, that your experience in your childhood still remains to be recognized. And the United Nations report clearly mentioned that the Isaac genocide was state-sponsored genocide, and still our people who we lost, 500,000 people we lost in the genocide, they need to see justice one day for them. Unfortunately, we see and we witnessed this week the Isaac genocide is still active, and we lost members again after two active members will also be killed. I think three of them, and the rest are in a very bad situation in Somalia. We should all work together to pray for their safety and their evacuation to come home safely to enjoy the life that Richard have seen. They don't need to go to Somalia. They don't need to trust the enemy again, ever again. Come back to your country, save your lives, and build your country. Thank you, Richard, for coming. Back to you.
Oh, thank you very much, my senior brother. My time with you was a very wonderful time. And to the Somalilanders who are here, I had a lunch with my brother in a very wonderful restaurant called the Daily Dose. Daily Dose, a wonderful restaurant there. I was together with a Somalilander who was born in Uganda, Ugandan born Somalilander, who has decided to come here, Zahra, to establish the Kampala International Kindergarten and Primary School here in Hargeisa, Somaliland, where we are together, and I took her and introduced her to the founding mother of the reborn Republic of Somaliland, Madam Edina Adan. Where we went together, we had lunch together, and we are joyful. And I can tell you the climate is not very different from the climate of northern Uganda in dry season. So I am at home. I thank you very much. Mr. Mubariki, you can unmute your mic and speak to us. I see you want to make addition.
Yeah, Richard, thank you very much. No, I just wanted to ask you, basically, because you're the one who's there now. Was the city of Hargeisa, I mean, I know you haven't seen in other cities, but was it like you have expected it to be? I want you to I mean, I know you have expectation before you came and you said in the beginning, obviously security on that, but how was it?
Actually, to be very precise to you, it is not what I expected. I thought I was going in a war zone. In fact, I had asked some people I used to chat with online to see how my security details could be worked on. But when I arrived here, I found a total ambience, I found a serenity, peace. In fact, I found paradise on earth here. So what I came with was different from what I found here. So what I found here is very positive, is desirable, and that's why I'm telling the world that there's a miracle in Somaliland here that the world should come to see. And I did some few fact finding, and I found that this Nyumba Kumi 10 houses policy is working very well here. Here in Somaliland, every 10 residents they provide security for each other. You cannot come new in that area and you think everybody will keep quiet. So you cannot come and do wrong thing here in Somaliland. You cannot come and build a terror cell here in Somaliland. That's why Somaliland is very peaceful. Everybody takes responsibility for the security. Everybody is on the guard to see that the place is safe. And I can tell you, Mubariki and the other Somalilanders who are out there, please come home and see. Come and see with your own eyes. My sister Zahra, I want to hear that next time you're in the plane, coming back home to see with your own eyes, and you will tell me whether I was lying or not. And if you inform me before, you never know, I could adjust my program and make sure I come to see you here, this time in Hargeisa. Thank you very much.
So, one of the things that makes me worry, especially because my dad was in the military, I've always had a problem trusting the government. At the end of the day, my dad was there to protect his people. And yet the same men in the same uniform as my father were the ones who were shooting at us. And as little girls, we didn't know the difference. So I spent years, I didn't know the difference between the clans. All I knew that my dad was a uniformed officer and it was the soldiers who were shooting at us. So I left with a lot of confusion and a lot of anger and a lot of emotion towards governments, and that a government can order a father to shoot at his own children. That was what was in my mind, and I was justifying why my dad would shoot at me. So for me to come back to Hargeisa is not about just getting back on a plane. It's quite emotional, it's quite traumatic. and the fact that the lack of recognition for Somaliland, the fact that the Somalia government is still in control, that kind of stuff worries me. Somaliland being recognized or being on its own government, it's not about hating people of Somalia. It's about the recovery. It's about the trust. It's about the betrayal that happened to the people. No matter what people say, I'm speaking as a survivor, and I'm talking about my own trauma as a survivor. And for me, the biggest difficulty is the lack of trust. So once Somaliland is recognized, and I know that my government stands alone, and that nobody can, the planes from the airport, our own airport, our government, those were the people that were killing us. So for me, it's not just about coming back, it's about healing. It's about it's a lot for me. I get emotional, sorry, but it was my home. Sorry.
Please, don't calm down, my sister. Mr. Hashmi, can you speak to Zahra, please? Let's say calm Zahra down. Sorry, my sister, but I can tell you your country has recovered. Be hopeful about your country, and your country is the hope of Horn of Africa. Yes, Mr. Hashmi, unmute your mic and speak.
Yes, Richard. I don't want to say much because there are people who are more knowledgeable than myself and experts in this field. The people who taught us, the people who enlightened us, the people who opened our eyes to the South genocide effects, like Barwako, Edna, Asia, Saeed, Barkat. They might all of them be here, so they will pick up the phone and talk to us later. But I would like to share with our daughter Zahra. Yes, what you are going through is a trauma which has not been healed. So there has never been a trauma healing process. There has never been a feeling validation. There's no. Actually, I asked one of our active members here, the lady called Karanka, about something she called genetical. What they call genetical trauma, inherited genetical trauma. That even some people who have never experienced, they have still a backlash of that trauma. So, yes, I share with her with the feeling as a young daughter, as a young girl, but behind the smile in the face of the Somalilandis in Hargeisa, you have seen Richard, there are a lot of deep wounds that have never been healed. So the Sark genocide is still a threat to the security of the country because we need very active human rights commissions, genocide institutes, genocide foundations, active community members to get together and organize a very big, huge conferences for people to allow to talk, to express their feeling, to share their experience, and not to be told that it's a history and it's gone. It's not a history. It's a part of our life, daily life, people experience, and we still have in every 10 houses you can find 2 or 3 patients of mental health problems. So where they came from, if that trauma has been healed. So I will not tell Sarah to forget. I will tell her to keep that in your mind, write about it, talk about it day and night, and express your feeling. And feel free that there is no fear. But if we don't take the process and recommendations of the United Nations report, Isaac Genocide Phase 2 is just around the corner. I don't want you to sleep and to expect everything to be business as usual. It's not. So I have to be truthful with you. So back to you, Richard.
Yeah, thank you very much. I can see Somalilanda one is here with me, and she warmly welcomed me at the diaspora department. My sister, unmute the mic and speak to us. Thank you.
Before she speaks, can also extend my greetings and also thanks to your host, Muhammad Amin, and to other Somalilanders who spent some time with us, like Wild and others. They are all, very powerful people and very genuine Somalilanders. So let's not forget to thank them as well. Thank you. Back.
Actually, that's what I was referring to. My guide I was referring to is Mr. Muhammad Amin. He was my strong guide and he was the one leading me everywhere. Yes, Somalilanda one, and unmute your mic and speak to us.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, hello. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam, brother. How are you?
I'm very fine, my sister.
I joined when I heard, Sister Sarah's emotional moment. And Richard, when you came to my office, I told you what had happened to me as a child. I've lost my mom in the war, the Sarah genocide. And it is very, very emotional. But I just wanted to say to Sister Sarah that once I came back to Somaliland and took part in the progress and the changes that's happening, it kind of became a healing process for me because I was contributing something towards what my mom had died for. So maybe you coming back or, just seeing the places where we were, traumatized can be a part of your healing process, inshallah. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I have just given mic to Abdi something. My sister, thank you very much. My time with you was very wonderful. I deeply appreciate it, and I deeply appreciate everybody I found there at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Thank you, and thank you, thank you. Abdi Kadir something. Unmute your mic and speak to us. Abdi Kad. The network, Abdi, the network of Abdi is not okay. Mike, unmute your mic and speak to us. Mike, unmute your mic and speak to us. Mike. Is Mike hearing me? Unmute your mic and speak to us, Mike. Abdi, you can unmute your mic and speak to us. Abdi, Abdikari, unmute your mic and speak to us. Backhad, unmute your mic and speak to us. Abdi, you are Abdi, or either Backhad or Abdikari. Unmute your mic and speak to us. Any of the two.
Hello. Assalamualaikum. Can you hear me, Richard?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Proceed. Backhad.
Yes, Richard. I want to welcome you to the Republic of Somaliland. You know, they call it Africa's best kept secret. They call it the beacon of hope of Africa. They call it many things. It's a beautiful country with an ancient history, with beautiful people. It's a miraculous nation. So I want to welcome you, brother. I wish the world, for the other people around the world, to come see the Republic of Somaliland, how our people are developing and building their nation. Our nation has gone through a dark past. This nation was built on a 10-year liberation struggle against Somalia that committed the Iraq genocide. So we've been held political hostages by the world. We've been held political hostages by the world for over 64 years and shackled to a failed state called Somalia. So we will not be held political hostages anymore. The Iraq genocide is still ongoing. 3 Somalilanders was killed in the past week in Mogadishu, Somalia, by the Somalia government. We will hold Somalia accountable for the millions that killed in the past and the people that are killing now. The Somalilanders that they're killing in Mogadishu, the Somalilanders that have a economical embargo on our nation that we cannot trade. We cannot even trade with your country, Uganda, because Somalia has an economical embargo on us since 1960, and we was the 12th country recognized in Africa, and Africa has forgotten about us, and we will hold Africa and we will hold the whole world accountable for the negligence of these beautiful, peaceful, loving people in Somaliland, and we will hold Somalia accountable for the genocide and these victims that come on stage and tell their stories and their traumas that's silenced by the world will not be silenced no more, because their brothers in Africa have heard the call. And the first brother to hear the call was Ethiopia, was the Democratic Federal Republic of Ethiopia. And we thank them, and we thank the African countries, the 20 African nations that will soon recognize the Republic of Somaliland, and the world will see us and hear our people's voice, and we will not be stopped. Thank you, brother, for visiting the nation, and we hope you welcome more people to our beautiful nation.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, my brother. I have heard your point, and I can tell you I am here to tell the story of Somaliland to the world. Your story is being heard in the world. Somaliland will be recognized. Let's continue with this unit. Let's continue with this peace. Let's continue rebuilding this great country.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Welcome.
Yes, my brother from Accra, Ghana. To the Somalilanders who are here, there's a stronger supporter of Somaliland who has been coordinating with me and leading that access in West Africa. He's based in Accra, Ghana. My brother, please, can you ask for the mic and greet our people? I can see you online here. My brother, can you ask for the mic and speak to us? My brother from Accra, Ghana. Meanwhile, other people who are here, you can ask for the mic and say hi to us. Make your point. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Richard Job Matua coming